Happy Sunday morning. Good morning, YouTube. This is Mike in Detroit. And today we're going to continue our little series on song analysis to make a point that these jazz standards tend to follow a predictable pattern. So if you're one of these people who are trying to learn how to play by ear, or you have your guitar in your hand, or your saxophone, your horn, whatever, I'm going to be doing this analysis on the piano as usual, but the analysis, the harmonic analysis is fruitful, doesn't matter what instrument you're playing. Now today we're doing a Nightingale sang in Berkeley Square, just a pretty song. It doesn't get called that often. I don't know why not. It's just a lovely song, but whether it gets called or not, it has elements in there that we can learn from. Something like that. So let's take a look and see what's going on in that song. Meanwhile, let me turn my keyboard up a little bit. That was a little soft. So let me click over here on my Bandabox, which has the chord sheets. I could have just let Bandabox play it, because it probably played a lot better than me. Now, this first 4 bars is just intro. Just the intro to the song. That's all it is. And so let's take a look at it. It's a 1. Okay, but well, let me back up. We're in the key of F. Let's get our ears in F. Okay, so before we get into the song, and I almost forgot this very important step. Before you play any song, make sure you know the main pillars, the main diatonic harmony in that key. Now, if you did it 500 times, you won't have to do it. But especially for my beautiful beginners out there, always do this. F is the 1 chord. I'm just going to play my right hand trailing little bass here. G minor, that's the 2 chord. A minor, that's the 3 chord. F, B flat major is the 4 chord. C7 is the 5 chord. 6 chord is D minor. E minor 7 flat 5 is the 7 chord. And we're back to 1 again. So you should be able to do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. Not only you should be able to call off those numbers, but you have a chord associated with that number in that key. F major 1 chord, G minor 2 chord, A minor 3 chord, and this is without hesitation. B flat major is the 4 chord, C7 is the 5 chord. I told my friend there's no such song as D minor. D minor 7 is the 6 chord, E minor 7 flat 5 7 chord. We're back to 1. If we don't have that, the harmonic analysis I'm going to explain will make no sense. And the way we store this song will also make little sense. In other words, if you don't have that, then look at all this stuff you got to store. You say, oh, a chord starts on F major, D minor, A minor, C minor, C minor, blah, 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 blah. Now we're ready to look at the introduction relative to that harmonic, diatonic harmony. So, like most songs, well, let's look at the intro. We have a 1 chord, and we have a D7. And we would expect a diatonic D minor. It's a 1-6, but oftentimes for variety's sake, for tension and release sake, we'll take the 6th chord or some chord and we'll make it dominant, gives it more tension. Instead of this, we got this. So now you can't see my hands, but look up that way, and you'll see and I'll try to point out, that's all right hand. See, my left hand is here, hanging out in the air. So instead we could have played a 1-6 minor, 2 minor, 5. But that's a lot of minors going on, and for some people's taste, that's too restful. So let's try it and see what it sounds like. We got a 1. Nothing wrong with that. But you want to spice it up a little bit, you got a little bit more jazzier audience, then you might go to a 1-6 dominant. Hear that tension? And the more tension there is, the sweeter that release on that G minor 7. That's the 2 chord. And then we're going to wind it back up again. Now the second part of the intro, the second 2 bars, does exactly that. It takes that 6th chord and makes it minor. Your choice, player's choice, and judge your audience. So we have. So that's the intro. Pretty straightforward. 1-6-2-5, and then another 1-6-2-5. Really, the only difference is whether or not you're gonna ramp up that D7 here, or make it like a D minor over here. But other than that, there's nothing really unusual. For those of you who are beginners, you see that C13. That is this chord, because it's got a 6 in it. And if you don't know what that means, just forget about it. Just play a C7 or a C9. Don't worry about 13ths. Okay, so let's figure out now let's go to the song part. And the song starts off similar to the intro. 1-6-2, but then something funny happens. So let's figure out what that funny thing is. And actually that funny thing is what really sets this song apart. Very sweet. So again, I've always suggested, forget about when I played it. I played it like solo piano. So that's the melody right there. But don't worry about the melody. Just get the chords. Da da. Oh, something funny is going on. You can hear a shift there. So we kind of, I call them progressions, little, so you would think that 1-6 chord starting the song. Do, do, do. Then it goes to 6th chord, which is the D minor. Then it goes to the 2 chord, A minor. Now you'd think it would go to the 5 chord. Just like it did in the intro, to some kind of C dominant chord. But it tricked us, it went to a C minor chord. And then, now do you recognize that as a 2-5-1? I don't know how to get that to just click by itself to this 4 chord right here. That C minor, F7, B flat. This thing, this C minor. Now, I've always suggested in these chord breakdowns that, and I'll say it again in this video, the goal is not to learn this song, although you're going to get to learn this song. That's icing on the cake. The goal is to identify these fragments, these nuggets, these little, that we just found one, a 2-5 to the 4 chord. How did I know that was a 4 chord? In F1, 2, 3. So our destination is this 4 chord right here. Now, how are we going to get there? Well, one way to get there is a 2-5-1 to that 4 chord. And whoever composed this song was very slick. So they, instead of going to when they were over here doing this nugget, 1, 6, 2, 5, they just went 1, 6, 2, 5 minor. Why? Because they kind of jammed 2 nuggets together beautifully, by the way. So let's hear it again from the beginning. 1 chord, 6 chord, to the 2 chord. Now our thinking is, we're not going to the 5 chord, we're heading for the 4 chord. Now if you want to know the voicings I used on that, here's my normal C minor voicing. I had to stretch my pinky to get the melody. Here's my bass. And then there's my F. I guess that's an F9. But the point here is not about chord voicing. The point is to see that little transition. Let's hear it one more time. 1, 6, 2, and then another 2 to the 4. Now, when we get to this 4 chord here, we're going to go 4. You just do this, 4, 3, 6. 4, 3, 6. So what does that sound like? 4, 3, 6. We got a 4, 3 to the 6. So isolate that 4, 3, 6. 4, 3, to the 6. Now, if we did it the same way we did it in other videos, 4, 3, 6. What if I was in C and I needed to play a 4, 3, 4, 4 major, 3 dominant, 6. Okay, so then I would have to play some kind of F chord. 4, 3, 6. So again, when you find these little nuggets, let the song, pull them out. First recognize them, pull them out. And that's the purposes of these videos, is not so much how they sound and all that kind of stuff. It's just, is a lot of people say, I've been playing this song for 10 years and I never recognized that little nugget right there that I can pull out. Why are we pulling them out? we're pulling them out because they repeat in other songs. And so we got a 1 chord, start from the beginning, to a 6 chord, 2, 1, 6, 2. Now we think we're going to the 5, but nope, we're going to the 4 chord. Tricked you. Now we're on the 4 chord, to the 3 chord, to the 6 chord. Now this next part here, at this little B flat minor to E flat 7 to F, it's just beautiful. It's just so to explain what that is, you got to look at, here's F. F is the 1 chord, right? If I wanted to come at F, we already know we can do a 2-5-1 to F. We can go, and we're on F. But let's call that the front door. But there is a back door way to get to F. We can go and E flat 7. And then we'll end up on F. Let's hear it again. If I wanted to just put it in, let's just put it in root position right hand. Hear it kind of without all the noise. Here's an E flat 7. Right? And here's an F major 7. So the rule is I can take this F, go down a whole step, and play a 7 chord on any major chord. What if I wanted to arrive at C? Well, I go down a whole step, play a dominant chord. It's gonna work. What if I was on E flat? Well, go down a whole step, play a dominant chord. It's gonna work. It's gonna work. So you can use that little device all over the place. Backdoor progression to the 1 chord. Down a whole step, it's a dominant chord. Let's go back to the key we're in. We're in F, right? So I need to go down a whole step, form a dominant chord off that E flat. I'm going to do it this way, I guess. Again, lots of ways to voice it. Now, once you have that dominant chord, that E flat chord, has a 2 chord that wants to go to it. I hope I'm making sense. So if E flat is the dominant chord, let me just get my left hand. So I voiced it this way this time. That's an E flat dominant chord taking me to F. Well, so E flat is a dominant chord. What's the 2 chord that leads to E flat? B flat is. B flat. That's what's going on in this song. B flat minor, E flat 7. Now we're backdooring right to the 1. So the fact that it is a device. Now you want to put all kind of numbers on that, flat this, and sharp that. Forget that. Forget that. I suggest. Just know that my target is the 1 chord, right? That's the target. I back up a whole step, right? And I'll get this E flat dominant chord. Now, what's the 2 of that chord? B flat is. So I go. I end up getting to where I need to go by a different route. Now let's hear it in the context of the song. So it's not only a beautiful device, it's also where the composer placed it. That just nice placement of this device. So we were on the 4 chord. We went 4, 3, 6. We went to a D. We're on the 6 chord. And we went here. So in essence, the 6th chord is going to the 1 chord. So we're on the D minor 6th chord. But we took a route to get there. Between 6 and 1, we put this backdoor device in here. Got it? Long explanation, but it's worth it because it's just a beautiful device. And again, recognize it, stick it where anytime the 6 is going to the 1, well, a lot of times 6 chords will go to 1 chord. But we put a little device in there, so we backdoored into the 1 chord. So now, let's go from the top again. Da, 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 da. To the 4 chord. Right? Now we're hitting for the 4, 3, 6. There's that device. Now I'm ready. I'm at the back door. So now I'm on bar 9 over here, right? And bar 9 is a kind of the easy part of the song. 1 to the 4 to the 1, and here comes that same device again, right there, right? I don't know if you can see it, so let me highlight it for you. To the 1, 1, 4, 1. There's that B minor 7, 2, and E flat 7. You say, well, wait a minute. I thought you said it backdoored to the 1 chord. It certainly does. It certainly does. But this, I'm going to the 3 chord. Why? Just think of that A minor, this A minor here, as a substitute for the 1 chord. Just think of it like it's a 1 chord, but it's a 3 chord. 3 and 1 substitute for each other. So let's hear that. Let's go from the 4 chord to that 4, 3, 1. That 4, 4, 3, 6. Beautiful. That back door is just wonderful. Now instead of going to 1, I'm going to 3. 3, 6, 2, 5. Instead of a 1, 6, 2, 5, we're doing a 3, 6, 2, 5. Now you hear that in a lot of songs. You hear that little, you hear that little, you hear that in Misty, you hear that. You hear a lot of songs that will do that little device. So there's a 6 chord. Now bar 12, 2, 5, 1. Now why did I play that F6 right there? Because F's in the melody. So now I'm way down here. Now I'm over here. Now I'm over here someplace. Yeah, there. Now that D minor, G minor, C7, that's just a turnaround to get me back to the next A set. It's just A, B, A song. So da 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 da. all this whole next A section, all that is same as the earlier part. So let's scroll down a little bit and let's get to the B section. Now you said, whoa, what is going on in here? So we got this. Uh-oh, sorry. Got that stuff going on. So how do we analyze? It's clearly a key change. So to set up the key change, we have a B minor 7 flat 5. Just play it in root position, and then we can invert to E7. So this is a voicing for you, my beautiful beginners. Play a B minor 7 flat 5 to this E7 inverted. For you advanced, for you more advanced, you can play it like this. Sharp 5, sharp 9. Beginners, tune out just for 2 seconds. There's my right hand, but there's nothing wrong with playing it the beginner way either. That clearly is signaling a key change. E wants to go to A. So the key just changed from F to A. Now, when you look, take a breath, when you look at these chords, right, they're nothing more than a 1, 6, 2, 5 in the key of A. Let me prove that to you. Now, I did it all fancy before, but let's play it just basic. Here's an A chord. Now again, for my beautiful beginners, if I say A chord, you should just be able to go grab it. That's an A major 7 chord in root position. If I wanted the 6 chord, all I have to do is take that top note down a whole step, change the bass, I got a 6 chord. Let's do that again. 1, 6. Now, before I go too much further, let's get the key of A. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. 1. You notice I change, everything changes to sharps because it's a sharp key. A is 1, B is 2. I know the computer says D flat, but it's C sharp. D. 1, 2, 3, D is 4. 5 is E. F sharp is 6. Sorry, G sharp is 7, 1. So the 1 chord is an A major. Okay, 1, 6. Here's the 2 chord. D minor 7. B minor 7, I said D. And E7 is the 5. One more time, I might have messed that up a little bit. So, for my beautiful beginners out there, play that 25 times. 1, 6, 2, 5. Okay, so since we know that's a 1, 6, 2, 5, that kind of made it easy. So now, if you're playing solo piano, you got to voice it so the melody's on top. So we had this. There's the melody's here. Here's the 6. Here comes the 2 chord. Stretch that right hand out a little bit because it's just easy. I could have played this note here, but I didn't need it. So let me me do that again for those of you who want the exact what I'm playing here. Right? Go slow down. Now I need the 6th chord. My left hand's just trailing here. But don't let it fool you. It's just a 1, 6, 2, 5 with some melody on top of it. Now, this part is a C sharp minor, which is 3. 1, 2, 3. We're still in the key of A, right? So we have this. Now instead of a 6th chord, we are going to drop it to a C sharp diminished. That is normal. Let me highlight that. That is nothing unusual about that. This little piece right here, the diminished chord is substituting for a 6th chord. So instead of playing F sharp, we're playing C diminished. So we'll play this. The rest of it's the same. A little bit different voicing because of the melody. And that too is a little bit different voicing, only because of the melody. So we have a 1, 6, 2, 5, 3, 6, 2, 5. That's what's going on. Now, I have a lot of trouble playing this little bridge. Why? Because I'm honest. I don't play in the key of A that much. I know guitar players do, but I don't. I play in the E flat. But it went to a key that I'm not that familiar with. I don't play as often in. So I have to really go to that key and do my foundational stuff. Stuff like that. So now it gets to the second part of the bridge over here, and it gets interesting. The first 2 bars are the same. The first 2 bars, same thing. To this E7 over here, and we need to get back to the key. We need to get back to F again. Well, E7, this E7 here, we took that to A. Just like earlier, we wanted to go to C7, we sneaked in the C minor. We're going to do the same thing here. We're going to sneak in that. Instead of E going to A, E7 is going to go to A minor. Now, why did I go to A minor rather than A? Because I'm trying to get back to the key of F again. And that's exactly what I'm doing. Now, this A minor here puts me back into the key of F. Because A minor is the 2 chord of F. That D7 chord is a 6th dominant chord, but it sets up that G minor. But now I'm right back to this beginning of the song again. So the bridge requires a little bit of explanation, but it makes sense when you put it in the numbers. Well, a 1 chord, sixth chord, 2 chord, 2 chord. If we were talking 2 in the key of A, 5 chord. And then it does it again. 6 chord, 2 chord, 5 chord. Ah, key shift back to the F. A minor. Wait a minute, that's something. Oh yeah, man. To a D7. Now we're back. We're back to the A section again. Don't forget, don't let this trip you up. 2, 5, 1 to the chord 4. 4, 3 to the 6. Here comes that back door. 4, 1. Two, 5. Here comes that back door again. Now, that little ending I just played is a little bit different back door. This is the same. But instead of coming from a 2 to that, I went double. Okay, here's my target, F. Here's a whole step down. There's another whole step down. So I said, da 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 da, in Berkeley. So I went 2 whole steps down, and I played. Good ending, by the way. So that's the song analysis for Nightingale Sing at Berkeley Square. Hope you enjoyed it. Leave some comments below. A lot of people are kind of looking, but you guys are not much on commenting. If you have some interesting analysis or voicings that you use, or you'd like to play this song, or just say hello or whatever, put it in the comment section below. And I'll talk to you next time. See you later. Take care. Bye-bye.